Hi everybody, thank you for watching the Dutch Info Network. I am Serf.
I'm Ed, and welcome to this first episode. Well, let's talk about Yahoo, Microsoft-Yahoo deal.
Yeah, that's an interesting move.
Is there something you can
yeah.
say about that?
Well, I think so, yeah. I do have an opinion about it, about the move in general, the thing that's going on. Microsoft, as a lot of our viewers probably already know, is always talking in a very hostile way about another competitor called Google, saying that Google is a search engine only and they should not go into any other field because that's simply not what they can or will do. That's obviously just jealousy for a platform that's very competitive, working very well.
And said by Microsoft
Exactly.
that, was quite a bit late to, we know the story.
Let's say it's not even Microsoft words, it's Steve Ballmer, and I think even Microsoft lovers will acknowledge that Steve Ballmer is an idiot. But in short, the whole thing, what do they want to accomplish by buying Yahoo? Well, that's very simple. First of all, Microsoft's search platform is crap. You either like it or not, but it's crap. It's just not as good as Yahoo's or Google's. Personally, I believe that the search algorithm used by Google is the best. It's superior right now. But Yahoo isn't bad either, although I've heard stories from Ed that they're losing terrain in the US, where Yahoo has always been the biggest search engine, and now they're losing terrain to Google.
That's to be said, because, Google in Europe is, by far #1.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and for all the good reasons, not because they're pushing others out of the way. They just have a very strong platform. What I believe, what the Microsoft moved a bit on Yahoo, which is huge, I believe what they want to do is compete with Google, nothing else.
Well, yeah.
Just be able to compete with them. Yahoo has a very strong email and IM, that's chat platform, good and solid search engine, and a lot of other services that they've bought and acquired over the past years. And Microsoft just isn't there yet. Microsoft is working on the PCs and is very dominant in that market, but not at all on the internet.
No, by trying to push some software stuff,
Of course, but let's be honest, if you look at Yahoo and Google, look at their platforms, their software they deliver online, and now look at what live Office is supposed to be, where you still need the Office editor on your computer to edit documents. It's a joke. They're never going to make it. But by acquiring Yahoo, they might just make it. And they really want it because their bid is 60% over the stock price, which means they really want it.
Yeah.
So I think they're looking for competition with Google, and it's actually I think it's a wise decision if they can do it, if Yahoo's going to accept. But my guess is Yahoo is going to accept because they might not lose their identity, and they might be saved from maybe going under in the US right now.
That's true, because it's not going very well with the Yahoo in the States. Would be a pity. Yeah.
So that's what I think about it. I think it's an interesting move, but I also believe that as right now you see a lot of different companies offering their own search engines and offering their own services. I think they're gonna migrate and merge further into each other, and we're gonna be left over maybe 3 or 4 and a couple of small ones, instead of every company trying to offer the same software. There's so many, let's say, software as a service. There's so many companies that offer the same programs. There's so many online text editors, office software, email programs, and they're not all going to make it. Only some are going to make it, and the rest is just never going to make it. Which is fine, because it's commercial. That's how the market works.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
So
interesting.
very interesting move, and we're awaiting impatiently what happens if Yahoo's going to accept it and when, and if they can agree on that price, which is interesting. 60% over the stock sounds cool to me. Yeah. I think we're going to go there and have a party over that.
Nice. Okay. Hi, this is the Dutch Info Network podcast.
This is our very first episode. That's why we're dressed funny. So what do you say?